Hi everyone, welcome to ISM Gaming. Today we're going to be looking at doing the Air and Space Museum in the Division 2. This is a main mission which will unlock a skill point once you complete it. I've been doing these missions with a friend of mine called the Strutmeister, so we're going to do this co-op mission to free the Air and Space Museum. These videos are designed to just show you what you're expecting. Everyone has their own preference on weapons and skills. I've got a military MK17 and an MK16, and I've got the cluster bomb and the drone as my skills. The Strutmeister has got a assault turret and the cluster bomb, so it shows that different skill sets. We also take a quite reserved method in our attack, but obviously people have their own preferences. So in this first part I counted 3 snipers, so that's just something to watch out. But while the game is going on, just enjoy the action scenes, and I'll chip in with various little tips as we go through. As you can see, the snipers are in the bunkers up the top there. Obviously a sniper is able to be seen by the white light before they shoot, so obviously just keep in mind that you have some cover. So to access the second part of the mission, we have to go down this ramp to the garage to open the door, and then you'll be met with another group of True Sons. So my advice would be to take some cover, get a good vantage point. So I quite like this position. It gave me just enough cover behind me, so I weren't expecting many people to come behind me, but also gave me a good vantage point to build my attack. And the Strutmeister was just looking for some loot. There wasn't a lot of loot on this mission, so we did waste a lot of time running around. There are some crates, but not as much as on some other missions, so just also keep that in mind so you don't waste your time with the mission. Don't tell me this hasn't been recording.
We need to figure out what they're doing here. See if you can find any intel on their operation.
So we're now into a new objective which we have to disable workbench, as it said at the top. Again, there's quite a few enemies. There is one yellow enemy in this area as well. So again, going with my normal preference of attack, I use a very much a reserved method, not running around trying to shoot people. I use cover quite strategically and use my skills as needed. So again, just keep watching, see how we clear them. It might be the way that you'd like to do it. If you have another method, take whatever method you like, but just keep an eye out with reference to the number of enemies that you've got, what type of enemies there are, and you can see that we will clear them quite quickly and show you the next part of this particular objective. So what we now have to do is we now have to clear the workbenches. We have to destroy these units. Please be aware that once you destroy all 4 units, there will be another attack, as you'll just see in a second. In this particular group that attack you, there is a healer enemy, which brings up obviously the dead enemies. It revives them, so it's best to try and take that person out very quickly. So you'll see here where they come through. They'll come from the sort of left hand side, and there's also one that will deploy a turret, so just be mindful of that, so you can't just run around and do what the Strutmeister says is a Call of Duty move, which is run around and shoot people. You have to be a bit more strategic with these. So we're just about to finish off this section and move on to the next section, which is a little bit intense. It's a quite enclosed area, so you're going to have to just be mindful of that when you enter the area, which is the planetarium. So as you can see, as we enter, you'll have some snipers at the top, so make sure you get into cover initially. And there they are up there. You encounter 4 snipers in total, I believe. So the quicker you can take them out, the better. You'll also have people running through some side doors, and it's just about clearing the room as quickly as possible with taking as least damage as possible as well. There's some fuel cans up the top there with the snipers, so if you want to shoot them, which you'll see me do in a second, it will help take one of them out for you. So just bear that in mind when you're looking to try and get through this room as quick as possible. So now we're about to enter the second hall. Again, this is quite a short section of the mission. We seem to take this out very, very quickly. So just deploy what you can. You've got some purple enemies, you've got some normal red ones, but it doesn't take long to clear. I think the Struckmeister hit some gas canisters at the back, which seemed to cause a massive explosion, which cleared the lot out, which you'll see in a second. Yeah, it was quite a short section, to be fair. It wasn't saying that really can be too much commentary can be done about. And you'll just be able to see he's just about to hit something, which cleared the rest of it out. So that was quite good on our part. Now this is a little section that is quite there's a lot of enemies in a short area. You've got some purple, some yellow enemies, so the sort of harder enemies to get rid of. But it seems to be quite a lot in such a small area, so you just have to be mindful of your cover and mindful of your surroundings with people running around. So they do come across this gap, or this moonwalking as it's meant to be. So you just have to be mindful of that. So as you can see, we quite clearly clear them very quickly to move on to the next section. So we've now reached the third hall. You have a few enemies here, it's not too many. I hit that gas canister, or that petrol tank, to clear a couple of them out. You'll see here that there's a couple of purple. There's there's a couple of snipers to get rid of, a yellow sniper. So again, with your cover, as long as you're in decent cover and give yourself a bit of room, you're not going to be in too much trouble here. So it's not a bad mission. We just have a couple more enemies to clear out, and then there is a crate that's worth opening, and it is very easily missed if you want to complete the mission. So after we kill this last enemy, you'll see where we go to collect this crate. It's actually down there, but it does give you a variety of rewards. I got a hive modification, a black market submachine gun, and a camo kit. Now we're getting towards the end of the mission now, so this is, apart from the last part, this is the last major sort of encounter you're going to get with the mission. I decided to stay up here. I thought it was a safe place to be rather than downstairs. And as you'll see, there's quite a few enemies, but they never come up the stairs. This seemed to be quite a good way to just maintain health, maintain safety, while still picking them off and getting the mission done. You can see there I'm just attacking a yellow strongman and yellow tank. So the bits they want you to scan are these parts here. There's three in total scattered around the room. There's one obviously there. There's one on the other side. So if you go straight over here, and then there's one right at the back of the room, which you'll see me go to now after picking up a little bit of loot. Which is just here. And be warned, as soon as you scan this third part, you'll be encountered with a small resistance, but it's nothing major, not like the last section of the mission.
Components identified. Suggested use: missile construction.
They must be using a casing from the museum's collection. If they can rig it with a warhead and use propulsion, they wouldn't even need a guidance system to hit the White House or itself.
Kinda goes without saying, but if you see any missiles lying around, make sure they can never, ever be used.
So we just killed the last one. Now we're going into the last part of the mission. The objective is to disable the missile, which the Struckmeister goes over to do.
That would be the missile then. Please neutralize that.
And now we're going to be entering very shortly the last part of the mission, which is a no respawn zone. There's quite a lot that comes at you with reference to enemies. There is someone to defeat, which I always find try and take out first, because it makes your job easier rather than trying to take everyone else out. It seems to be that if you take them out, then it will be a lot easier for you, because then all you've got to do is secure the room, and they stop coming after the main character that you've got to kill dies. So we're just about to enter this. Now we went straight for this position here. It gave us loads of cover, gave us the ability to launch a very good attack, and as you see here, there's quite a few coming into the room, and we were able to pick them off very quickly and kill all the enemies without taking a lot of damage, without taking a lot of risk either. So that's the main character you got to defeat, which is Lieutenant Kelly. And you'll see very quickly that she goes over to a position which she can't get out of, and it allows us to just keep on firing upon her. So as you can see, we're just about to defeat Lieutenant Kelly. Now we're just going to tidy up the rest of the forces that come to help her, and that's the mission complete. Hope you enjoyed the video. We're doing a lot of different games on this channel. So we're looking at Forza Horizon 4, F1 2018, The Division 2, Red Dead Redemption. So like the channel, subscribe. There'll be videos coming up very regularly, every couple of days, with just tutorials and maybe some silly ones with reference to racing. So we'll see you soon. Enjoy. So have fun.